Hello, welcome. I surprised y'all ass, didn't I? I wasn't going to say anything because I've been so busy and tired. I really need to get some rest. Not only have I been doing the private readings, but I've been making the hair butters, the deep heat moisturizers, the shampoo. Y'all have been really keeping me busy, and I love you so much. Thank you for the hearts. I love the hearts. Thank you for being here, loving me, and supporting me. I don't know if you can see them. I tried to have them so you can see them. This is a deep heat conditioner cream for damaged, dry, brittle, broken hair. It doesn't matter. One lady asked me, I want to say to you, it doesn't matter the race. All I focus on is the hair texture, and I actually read the person when I'm speaking to you. Hi, beautiful Nova, to see what is going on with the person before I make these. So all of these are custom blended. They're all not made the same, okay? Especially if somebody tells me the problem. This is, now I'm country, so I love mason jars. This is shampoo in the mason jar, and this is a hair grow oil. I made this one based on what the person was telling me what was going on with their scalp. So if you don't want a glass mason jar that you can clean and reuse, I love the hearts. Thank you. Hi, Christina. I don't have to put it in this. I can put it in a plastic container if you want it in there, like a squirt container. But as you can see, I love mason jars because they're airtight and they keep the product fresher longer. So I like these. And I have a leave-in spritz. The reason why I put it in here, so y'all don't judge me, but right now I ran out of labels and I ran out of spray bottles. This is a leave-in spritz. I have natural oils in here, cream in here, a lot of moisturizers in here. So basically you shake it up, and when you get this is leave-in. You spritz your hair when it feels dry, and I think it's good because a lot of women with natural hair don't want to spray and put conditioner and buttercream on their hair every day to leave in a little oil. But I'm telling you, you need it because I'm natural and that's what I do. It does get dry. Oh, it doesn't matter what sex you are, Arrington. It doesn't matter the race either. Men and women have the same issues. So I don't just make these for women. As a matter of fact, I'm making a acid cream, like a skin cream, natural, glycolics and lactics, the natural fruit acids for him, because he has, so this spritz, basically what you do is, I put it in here. You can put it in a spray bottle. One girl, I said, you want to wait? She said, no. Go ahead and send the spritz to me now. So I put everything in here she likes, pure essential oils that she likes, because it's also, you'll notice when you get something from me, I don't mind. I hope you actually do this. You put it, take a picture of it and put it on Facebook. You can put it on YouTube if you want to do a review, because what it looks like on the pictures, and you've seen the buttercream, it looks like that. I want you to show people that I'm not a liar. I don't cut corners. You have nothing cheap. I love very thick, rich, luxurious creams that look like lemon cake batter. I love to whip my batters until they look like food, because I love decadent, beautiful things. And I don't like how people discredit people, especially people of color, that make things themselves. And I've heard stories, oh, they made this and the shampoo was thin and the butters is thin. Ain't nothing thin about my shit. As wild and over the top I am with my personality, and as wild and deep I am with my readings, I'm the same way with my products. And I use everything first. I'm not going to have you use something that I don't use and know what it's like. My spirits tell me how to make these things. So I make these from, hey, beautiful Sharon Starworth. I make these things from scratch, but this smells heavenly. So you shake it up because, I don't put any fillers or anything like that in these things, but they don't have water in them either. And I don't like water because it grows mold and fungus and stuff. So this is just pure concentrated product. This is a leave-in spritz. So if you want to add some purified water to this and pour it in a spray bottle, you can, because you'll see, well, she'll see too. When she gets it, it's very concentrated. It's very rich because it's what I use. And then, the butters. And what I do, I was telling Shannon tonight, I said, when I make the butters, yeah, I'm making the man the butters, I'm sorry, the acid cream, because he has a lot of eczema, skin breaking out, and then being very sore and tender in spots. So that's something about his diet, as I told him, the water, the blood, because the skin is fed by the blood. So if the skin is, if the blood is dirty, then all those skin conditions are going to come out through the blood. Hi, beautiful Catherine. So I worked on this. I don't know if you can see. This is a deep conditioner. You don't leave this in. This is for dry, brittle, broken, damaged hair. And it doesn't matter the race at all. I don't make things for race. I make things for texture. So if you tell me what your texture is, hi Megan, and you let me know what's going on with the hair, then I'll create a blend for you. Like I said, over here, one size does not fit all. And it doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman. Men get things from me that they might think, oh, it's for a lady. Well, the acid cream is not for just women. It's for a skin condition. So men and women have skin. Okay. I try not to stay too long. But I know I've been sitting on this reading. So welcome to this edition of AKT Celebrity Reads. This is another reading for NIPSEY HUSSLE. There are some things that he wants me to get into. So if you don't want to hear about that, leave the reading now. There are also some other players that have come up here, and I've been holding this reading for about 2 weeks. Because I thought I was crazy. Some of this stuff I don't want to say. I'm like, am I hearing this correctly? So I'll sit and hold it, as you know. And one thing I want to say, disclaimer, this is for entertainment purposes only. Everything I'm seeing, I see on a spiritual level. However, I thank God that a lot of these things are being confirmed. Hold on, I got to get my tea. You like my outfit? It's a jumper. Isn't that cute? It is so cute. Let me see. It's not all the way long. It's like, oh wow, I didn't realize it was that short. You see how short that is? It's like kind of like some knickers, but it's you see how cute. I need to move over. You see how cute that is? Isn't that cute? It's like a short set almost, but not completely shorts. And then it comes around. You see, it's just I just got my bra. Hold on, I'm gonna get my tea. Okay, and two, I wanted to say, because people, so many beautiful people are already asking me, what do I want for my birthday? And they want to send me, my birthday's Thanksgiving. So people want to send me presents for, thank you, for my birthday. And what I thank you, Christine. I know. I tell you, it's a little girl in me that loves her shimmers. And I told you I was in love with Cher. I loved Cher when I was a little girl. And she'd be so sexy in her Bob Mackie and her throwing her hair. And Tina Turner. And another lady, I don't know if she's still alive. Lola Falana was sexy as fuck. I love Lola Falana. I love Shaka Khan. I loved Farrah Fawcett. Farrah Fawcett was so gorgeous in the hair and everything. I was like, I want to look like them when I grow up because they bad as fuck. And even the other Charlie's Angel with the dark hair, Jacqueline, absolutely fucking gorgeous. I would watch those types of women while I was growing up. And I was like, and the sparklies and the sexies and So I'm like, really? Because if you look back at my old videos from Vagina Power, oh, Do the White Girl, and I threw my hair like the white girls be stripping on a pole. If you look at my video called Do the White Girl, I threw it around, did a white girl, and who else? I just loved all the beautiful women. Oh yeah, if you go back and look at my old Vagina Power videos, you see I was not like this person here. The personality, yes, is still over the top and wow, but my clothes, I didn't show anything. Hair's pulled back, dress from top to bottom, just totally covered. And, you know, that was dealing with a lot of stuff going on with me and self-esteem. You know, I didn't feel pretty, none of that. And two, in a way, it kind of like balanced it out. Because I'm like, I can't be sitting up here so wow with this personality. You figured that, Arrington, I was a Sagittarius. You know who else I looked at that reminds me of me? Nicki Minaj. I didn't know Nicki was a Sag. And then I said, that makes sense. Because she's like, calm woman and then whoa over the top and the different personalities, and I'm like, yeah, that's a Sag. When I'm realizing, thank you for the hearts, I love the hearts. All Sages are not that way, but you look at me from like 12 years ago, I cannot believe all this time has passed. It's been 12 years. And then I look at me now totally, you look at me then, look at me now. Totally different person. And I'm so glad that I got to this point, because it shows I'm healing a lot to feel, hey, beautiful Ginger, to feel comfortable in my own skin. I think it's important for all of us to, and that comes from, you know, a lot of pain and abuse and things like that. And a lot of us are healing through that. Thank you, Nova. But like I said, if you look at me back then, I wouldn't dare dress like this. And because you're getting judged. And I've actually had some people, hi, beautiful Linda. I've had people say to other people, and they told me, they came back and told me, and even on the YouTube comments, so I'm going to briefly address it, and then I'm going to get off. I'm not even really addressing it. I'm just going to, you know, repeat it to you all. They said that they did not like my outfits. Why do you have to get up and show your outfits? Why do you have to get up and turn around and show your body? And they didn't. One reader told me, my friend, Sky's Chronicles, it said that a lady came to her and said, well, I heard about you through Alexyss, but I want you to read me. I don't want Alexyss reading me because she wears tight jumpsuits. So she's like, get the fuck out of here. Like, are you serious? Like, Alexyss is my friend. You're going to come and talk about Alexyss to me, and then you think I'm going to read you? And she hung up. She's like, she's my friend. Like, why would I let you talk about my friend? And I thought about it. So some people, not a lot of them, I know my fan base doesn't, because I do it for you. And you all encourage me to take care of myself, and thank you, Trish, and look well, you know, get well, because I've been dealing with a lot of health stuff, as I told you when I came back last year off and on, and my whole body was just swollen so bad I couldn't even be on camera. I didn't even go outside because people would see me and say, oh my God, what happened to you? You know, you were so pretty and now your face is so huge. And your body's so huge. And it hurt my feelings because I wasn't eating. I wasn't doing anything I couldn't help it. I had an infection. The doctors couldn't find out what it was. So it was so painful. I just was in the house the past like 5 years. Literally housebound. Some days couldn't walk, couldn't get up, couldn't do anything. But I had to, because I was here, you know, taking care of myself. And to me, I didn't want to be put in, you know, a hospital or something like that. And so I really had to call my ancestors. I had to really support myself and learn to move through that, because I knew if I had survived it, it was a powerful lesson that I was going to use as my testimony. So I said, if I ever get well and I could come back, I'm going to live my life. I'm going to learn to love me, because I can't get out of my skin and be someone else. So I have to learn to accept me, and I'm going to live my life to the fullest. And I'm just thankful to be here. I'm thankful to have another chance to be here and get things right and do my life over. So since they feel that way, I'm asking everyone that wants to see me wear more sparkly see-throughs, send my birthday gift. Just send a donation, because to be sure I'll like it, I think it's best. That's what I do. When people ask if their birthday or something's coming up, I just give them the money. That way, or if they say, look, I want this particular money, or I want this particular outfit, I want this particular shoe. So once they tell me what it is, I buy them what they want to make sure they're happy with what they want. Or I just say, how much is it? Here, take the money. Baby, that's a gift for you. Happy birthday, whatever. So if you all want me to still wear the sparkly shinies, even though people have made it very clear they don't like me. I mean, you dislike me because it's not like you don't dislike my clothes. They not only they dislike my clothes, they told them they dislike me. So, fuck them. So, that's what I say. You want me to wear it for you on my birthday? You know, I'm not a birthday person. As far as like holidays, Thanksgiving, I don't believe in Thanksgiving, because I know what it represents. So, I'll probably be here working. I might even do a show. Even if you all don't see it that day, you can see it the next day, whatever. I gotta wear my birthday outfit on my birthday. I gotta do the video. I'm so excited. Just like I'm a little girl again for my birthday. So, it's my life. And these people aren't doing anything for me. And I've always lived my life for other people. Okay? In the past. And I always was told, you're not this, you're not that, you're not good enough. So me trying to do whatever that's why I wore and I'm going to talk about that soon, wore all the high neck clothes and stuff, trying to please a man. Trying to get a man I don't, but I'll give you an address. You know, I'll get a post office box this week. Trying, because of this, I could never please this man. If we were out somewhere and a man looked at me, I got blamed for it. So I had to change everything, pull the hair back, wear the collar high, you know, wear the pants long, do everything to please someone else, and that still wasn't enough. So I've dealt with that so much in the past and was miserable and just trying to, because that's what you're told to do. So, and that still didn't work. The more subservient I got, the worse I got treated. And I was blamed for if a man looked, if a man wanted to talk to me. It was my fault. So now, yeah, bright clothes. Yeah, I just started wearing bright clothes, Linda, like my father. So he wore the red, the black, the blues, baby blue. He looked good and everything. So now I'm getting the courage to wear, to be, you know, like my father, just be himself and do his life his way. Of Frank Sinatra, live it my way. I just hate I didn't do this sooner. So it's okay, you know, if people don't like you and they don't accept you. Please, the wrong thing to do is try to please people to make them like you. Because if they don't like you and just love you for who you are, and then you start jumping through hoops, they're going to just dog you out and disrespect you more, because they know that you don't stand on a firm foundation of self-love and self-trust and self-respect, and you're not willing to cut them off when they say you're not good enough being who you are. So you got to accommodate me. You got to lower yourself to be with me, and then they're usually not gonna be with you unless you're in a position in a relationship where you are the subservient person, the slave, and they're the only free person in the relationship. I know, I've been there, done it. And I'm not going to let anybody supposed to be my friend, because if you really love me, or if you want to be my friend, you wouldn't complain about what I wear on my ass that I buy that you don't pay for. So I'm not angry about it. I just wanted to share that with y'all and let you know. You want me to wear some more? You like this? Hi, beautiful Gwen. And you like for me to, because you know, when I'm not doing the show, I don't wear this, as you know. I got plaits and a head rag, and I run the street incognito. I'm surprised people still recognize me. And I'm like, how do you recognize me? They're like, because your face looks the same. I'm like, you recognize my face? It's fucking 10 o'clock at night under the street lights. You recognize Alexyss. And they're like, yeah, you look the same. I'm like, with head rag on it, like, yeah, it's the same face. And you like your daddy. I'm like, okay, thank you. So I only dress over you all for the show, you know, because I'm a public figure anyway. So I always want to look my best. But again, if you like them, you can always send me a donation. And I'm so excited because it's my birthday month, and I'm going shopping for you. I'm doing it for you. I love to entertain you. I love to get up. I love to twirl. I love to model the outfits for you. And I don't even take it personally when people go, oh, you know what this person said about you? You know what that person... Okay, fine. Well, at least I'm being talked about. I hate to be... They say you ain't doing nothing unless you got a whole bunch of haters. And thank you, Alvin, and unless you got people talking about you. So I think what I'm going to do, too, I'm going to go ahead and get into the reading because it is really wild. Oh, yeah, but I said, yeah, I made the disclaimer. This is for entertainment purposes only. I heard about this young lady around August. So other people already knew about her because the white girl that's on the pictures with NIPSEY, that's also a singer. They say she's with Rock Nation. She wrote Booed Up. And people have been sending me this. Thank you, Ginger. That she... Oh, you can see my video, Angie. I actually did a video typing Alexyss K. Tylor do the white girl. You see me spinning and dancing like the white girls and their moves on the pole. I think they're so sexy. And now I'm glad we're getting into it and getting the poles in the house. And it's good for the body and the toning of the body and the vagina. But I'm going to do a vagina power show in a couple of days because I know you want one. You keep asking me for one. I don't want to combine it with this. The girl, I think it was another lady that did a video on this girl in August because she put, yeah, LMA. There is another reason I'm bringing it up is this. Because I saw other psychics. I saw other readers. I didn't say anything. When I said that when Nipsey was assassinated that day, there were white people there. I said they were not. I love you, Ishmael Bay, too. I did not say that there were only black people there, remember? if you all keep up with my readings. And how did I say I know? I said because I could sense it, and NIPSEY told me that someone there was with RH negative blood, rhesus factor blood. Do you remember that? I said it was a white man, and I saw the man there hidden. I saw there were two separate segments, a white segment higher up, and I saw Asians on the property too. And I felt them there, and then we found out there were Asian owners. That, who's his manager, his partner with Vector 90, what's his name? That I called a spook that sat by the door. That he bought that from them in what, February? January, February? So the Asians own it, and someone told me Asians still have markets there. Well, yes, that means you have some white blood somewhere if you're RH negative. It's a mixture somewhere. It could be one white ancestor. So remember I said that, and I said it was a white man. I saw black eyes, black hair, white face. But it looked like he was hidden or covered. And for people that don't want to believe that and say those things are crazy, they want to believe they're crazy because they choose not to get educated and do their research. They have silicone masks that look like humans, and they have chemicals that can turn a white person's skin black, and makeup and the hair, because there was a white man robbing banks and he looked like a black man, and it took his white girlfriend to tell the FBI that this was her white boyfriend. They didn't believe it until she ID'd him, and they caught him. They saw the mask and the makeup. I saw one person like that disguised. I saw some Latin people there as well. And I said I saw white females and white male. The white guy that I saw with the black hair, black face, I said it reminded me of the Scarface scene when he shot him with the shotgun. Oh boy, what did I say that for? Because I went and looked at some psychics, and other people were telling me about other psychics on the YouTube. And they said, you know, I just hate watching her readings because they just get more goddamn bizarre. The more every reading she do just get goddamn more bizarre. Talking about some white folks was up there at the marathon when he got shot. Said one might have been in goddamn blackface. Said that there was a white lady up there. Said there was some Asian folks up there. You know, Alexyss just, you know, she need to go and get her some kind of help. Then, you know, the fat one that attacked me, that's a psychic that said I was a liar, said, you know, Alexyss need to go. She got a mental problem. She's talking to them demons is lying to her and setting her up. You know, Alexyss is crazy. She need to go get her some help. Talking about some white peoples. White peoples was over there. One of them might have been in a goddamn blackface and said there's a white woman there, some white men. Now she talking about NIPSEY told her that the motherfucking white folk got rhesus factor blood. You know, Alexyss need to stop with this bullshit. Yeah, well, you know, who is Ella May? What race is Ella May? And we know that Ella May was there. Ella May was there with NIPSEY. She was hanging out with NIPSEY, hugged all up, booed up, bada with goddamn Nip. There at the back, she was up on him. I mean, you know what I'm saying? She want to holler at a goddamn player. But, you know, they said that I need to be committed. I need to go get some mental treatments to say that some white folks was up there. You know, I ain't saying that. I read it. You know, Alexyss is really crazy. I mean, goddamn. It just, you know, every week some more wild shit that she up here goddamn saying. And that cowboy and them was up there with some fraud shit, you know, and that cowboy was there setting his friend up, setting little Thundercat up. And yeah, then you see the OG said that. And now you meet Ella May. Bought up and booed up, goddammit, with the NIPSEY. Yeah. We know she was there. She was bragging, let everybody know she was there. And then she put a receipt. What was it, on the Instagram? She was there March 31st, 2019. An hour before a white girl. I think she British? I thought, I thought, I don't know, maybe these jumpsuits is too tight. They going to my head. They cut the oxygen off. They said that there wasn't no white people, that I'm deranged and mental ill. No, Ella May just sung the song. What the white girl named Joe something, excuse me, her first name is Joe something. She wrote Boot Up. And the other girl, or the half black girl, Ella May, sung it and made it popular. And the white girl is the one that had been hanging with Nip and at the basketball game hugged up on him, booed up on Nip. And yeah, she from England. Am I wrong, Ginger? Is that a white girl? And I got two questions. Is it a white girl? And goddamn it, was she at the marathon when I said the day of the assassination, it was some white people, some Asian people, I seen some Mexican, there was some Latin ones up there, and they said, oh man, Alexyss just said, you know that shit she's saying, that shit so goddamn far out. You know, that's some wild, she wild, you know, Alexyss need to get some help. It's that one, it's that one, it's that, all these people, she keep throwing people in every goddamn week. Well, was I right though? Huh? Where they at though? Huh? Where they at though? Cause they ain't saying nothing now. They ain't, see, they not offering to pay for my mental health treatment. They ain't offering to give me no goddamn insurance to go down there and see the psychiatrist. You know, yeah, Joelle Jane. Ain't she white? Ain't she, excuse me, of European ancestry with no black on it? Huh? Ain't she white? What they call white? A European? Caucasian? I got one of the European ethnic group. Just tell me. Cause they said that I make up shit. Or these demons come over here and trick me into saying fuck shit. Then they say it was a Chinese man in the store that day had bought something with his wife. I don't know if his wife was black or something, but it was an Asian man. See, she ain't talking to Nip. I talks to Nip. That's what she said. He don't talk, let me talk to me. Told you our line. That way, you know, like I say, when they be saying that shit about me, you know, I look at the shit. And I don't even say nothing. I say, okay. So they said, you know, I'm used to it. Said I'm a crazy motherfucker and that I sit over here in La La Land and over here, I guess, high. And I just make up shit. And then when the shit come out, I said, crickets. They don't want to apologize to a player. They don't want to give a player, you know what I'm saying, they prop. They don't want to buy me a tight jumpsuit. They don't, you know what I'm saying, they quiet on me. So I just want to bring that up for you that might not have known that she's very proud that she was with NIPSEY and that he hung with her and say love her like a sister. But I'm going to get deeper into this because I already knew about her, as I said. There's a video on YouTube about her that's from like April, another lady made. So I didn't really think about it too deep until tonight. You know, I was putting on my tight jumpsuit. Now it was coming to me. Then I said, wait a minute. I said it was a white girl and a white man. I seen them on the goddamn scene. Now we done seen one Blaze Carafello. He been protected by somebody. He got the fuck on after he saw it. Yeah, you know, Gwen, they said they don't like the tight jumpsuit. They don't like me. See what I'm saying? So, and said I got a mental problem. Because I be lying. So these demons lying. But some more shit done came out. We identified him. He also got dark hair, dark eyes. I think he's Italian. And then I'm not going to say the name, but there's another one. And I know y'all will figure it out. That is in California government that got black hair, eyes, and white skin that also have something to do with Nipsey's assassination, who wanted Nipsey dead. So that's the other white one. And they got a Italian name. So I don't think I have to mention the name now. You'll figure out very clearly who I'm talking about. That I describe black hair, black eyes, and white man with white skin, but not like European blonde hair, blue eyes, like one of the European ethnic group, like Italian and Mexican. Italian, Latin. See.
I see that. Because, see, y'all keeps up with shit. Because you messy as fuck. And I love it. You sent me the email. So I know this is someone high up in government with the black hair, black eyes, white skin, that is a part of the higher level of organized crime and government and real estate, making laws for California. You'll figure it out. I think I'm giving you enough info to figure out who this is. Olive skin, but still white skin, but like I say, black hair, black eyes, dark brown eyes, white skin. In California government. That's at the top. Okay, I'm going to say one more thing, and I ain't going to say nothing else. City Hall. They over City Hall, and that's all I'm going to say now. See, I know y'all messy. Y'all gonna, it'll come to you. Every goddamn thing, it'll come to y'all. I ain't gonna say no name, goddamn it, but you know who the fuck I'm talking about. That's running this, that had a lot of power and wanted NIPSEY gone. Okay. So I'm lighting my cigar down. My cigar done went out. You see it blaze a little bit, but I done ran out of cigars. So I'm gonna have to get some more cigars and stuff. I got my rums. Let me do this. See, HUSSLE. Okay. I'm gonna try not to stay too long. Let me tell you some weird shit happened here. I was looking at this. First of all, let me tell you who came up. I'm looking at the graveyard, and I saw a picture that NIPSEY had in the graveyard. Yes, Gwen, I knew you'd get it. I know y'all would get it. That's who it is. Doesn't that look like what I said? Black hair, black eyes, white skin, Italian, Mexican descent. Over City Hall. That's what it is. Okay, let me tell you something. I was looking in the graveyard, and somebody put a picture of, they visited NIPSEY and put flowers there, but it was no, they said it's no tombstone, so I don't know if that's true. They were wondering why it's no tombstone, but they knew the spot where his body is. And no, Gwen just said it, not Gil. You're not going to believe, when I'm looking at NIPSEY's, where his body is, and I'm looking at the graves, people started getting up out of graves in California around NIPSEY, so you all can tell me if they're in there or not. Their bodies are in there. This old lady that's about in her 80s, she got up out of grave and walked over there and started talking to NIPSEY. Because NIPSEY was hanging out there that day. This was early this week. She told him, hey, I want to talk to you. Hey, young man, I want to talk to you. NIPSEY look at her. She gets up and start talking. And then the Candyman, goddamn Sammy Davis Jr. goddamn ass got up. Sam Cooke, goddamn ass, got up. And see, Sam been hanging around NIPSEY in this case for a minute, because my father and Sam came here and spoke to NIPSEY one day. So Sam, there are a lot of similarities. Let me tell you something. You think about it. And plus, Sam was killed in L.A. So Sam gets up out the goddamn grave, walk over there, start talking to NIPSEY. Who else goddamn got up in it? Now, you know I said Whitney. Whitney ass done came back. Not back. Goddamn back. You know who messier than a motherfucker? Aretha Franklin, goddamn ass. Aretha is messy than a motherfucker. Aretha Franklin came in here last night on me. I started talking to me. First, she came because she was talking to NIPSEY. And she was telling him something and teaching him. And she started telling me, she said, they need to open up NIPSEY's books. Start chasing his books and said something about his taxes. So she's giving NIPSEY pointers and educating NIPSEY. Then Sammy Davis, goddamn ass, Candyman, goddamn Sammy Davis got up and had his tux on I start goddamn talking to damn Nipsey. So what the fuck? But Aretha Franklin didn't get in here the goddamn last night, and Aretha Franklin started talking about goddamn it Jennifer HUDSON. And I said, Aretha, what you come to Atlanta to me, to my house, and talk about Jennifer HUDSON goddamn ass late at night, like you wouldn't even talk to me, because you know I had did a reading on Aretha Franklin when, you know, she died. Detroit, that's right, that was my daddy. And said, I said, Aretha wouldn't even talk to me, man. See, a lot of these women, I told y'all, that ignore me, didn't want to fucking talk to me. Now a hot young nigga be motherfucking telling me shit. You know what I'm saying? Nipsey, they like Nipsey's swag, and they like him, and they like his spirit, and they don't like what happened to him. Oh, another one, goddamn it. Prince is hanging around goddamn Nipsey, and up there singing, talking about some goddamn emancipation. Goddamn it, Abraham Lincoln motherfucking ass done goddamn came in here. You see what I'm saying? Abraham Lincoln. JFK. Because JFK died the same way Nipsey ass died. How is it similar? I'ma fucking tell you. Because it was an inside goddamn hit. And Secret Service was around that car. Now if you go look at that video, Secret Service all of a sudden got a code from somebody. Secret Service started backing away from JFK and Jackie O's car with the vice president in there. Next thing you know, he gets shot one time and it went through the fucking throat. Second time, he got shot and it blew the top of his fucking head off while the Secret Service sat there and watched. That's the similarity, which tells me Nipsey, and we know now, it was inside. Okay. So, I look at JFK Jr. Now, I didn't talk to JFK yet, the daddy. But JFK Jr., man, this shit crazy. As I'm talking to Abraham Lincoln, then I seen Abraham Lincoln get in Nipsey. And I'm like, they kind of have a similar look, like as far as a tall, very slender, very cerebral. I think Abraham Lincoln, too, might have been intellectual. But something, I'm going to read to you what JFK Jr. said about Abraham Lincoln motherfucking ass. All these fuckers in here. Riri ass gon' tells me, I wrote it down. She got a message for Jennifer HUDSON. Now, I don't know if they shooting this yet. Y'all need to tell me. And if they shooting it, what state is they in? And is the shit going on right now? Goddamn Whitney Houston mess it down a motherfucker too. Now, didn't I tell y'all Whitney was back down here? And now you see after that, and I posted a video of Biggie, said, damn, why they want to stick me for my paper? I mentioned Chaka Khan, Whitney Houston, and goddamn Biggie. Now you see all three of them finna get awards. Then, Aretha Franklin done come goddamn in here. Yeah, but JFK Jr. was not killed in no plane just be killed. His ass was set up too, because he was running against Hillary. And he was not on the bad side. So they didn't want JFK Jr. up there. And he, knew some things. I believe he knew what happened to his daddy. So since he wouldn't play ball, they wanted to get his ass out the way. So if y'all can tell me, is this movie being shot right now, Jennifer HUDSON playing Aretha Franklin? And if she being shot, can y'all tell me where it at? Because I want to know what the fuck it got to do with the ATL shouted. Because when I did Aretha Franklin reading, she wouldn't talk to me when she died. Physically died. Her daddy, with his messy motherfucking ass C.L. Franklin, came in here and talked and turned the whole goddamn reading into about him. So if you look at that reading I did on Aretha Franklin, her daddy took the reading over and told Aretha she couldn't fucking talk to me. He wanted to talk to me and said that I better watch what I say or you gonna fuck me up. So I had to goddamn talk to Reverend C.L. goddamn Franklin ass from goddamn Detroit. This time, she came on her own and the daddy tried to jump in the shit. But Aretha strong now in the spirit. So she handled her daddy instead of goddamn letting him handle her. Because he said he still, do you know where the movie being filmed? Because I want to do it, just let me know. If we don't find out tonight, let me know in the future, y'all. If the movie got to do something with Atlanta, with the ATL. Cause I don't know why Aretha, first she was talking to NIPSEY, they standing up, having a conversation in the goddamn graveyard. Now I know Aretha buried in Detroit, NIPSEY in LA, but see, this is all goddamn connected. Because it's in the music, and they like NIPSEY. And they feel sorry for what happened to him, because they know he didn't deserve it. So they're like taking him under their wing, schooling him. And Prince is in this shit too. You know, he playing the guitar with some skin tight goddamn bikini drawers on and some damn lavender goddamn pants. He might have had a jumpsuit on too. We were playing the shit out of that motherfucker. He was talking to NIPSEY. He was singing Emancipation, goddammit. I said, oh Lord, that tied to Abraham Lincoln ass and JFK Jr. Because JFK was breaking this shit down. I said, what? JFK? So I'm get to let me read you what Aretha Franklin said. Because she messy. And then Whitney Houston messier than two motherfuckers. Because she came in here with goddamn, I don't know if Aretha Franklin her goddamn auntie. I don't know if they related by blood or that's Aretha, you tell me Whitney her godchild. Tell me. Cause Whitney with her keeping up shit. She talking shit in the letter too. She got a two. So I'm gonna read this, goddammit. She say, first Aretha Franklin mentioning banknotes. She had a funeral. The funeral was beautiful. Said something was reversed by that funeral and the payments that were behind the scene. She said there's arguing and fighting, threats for one male to kill the other goddamn male. And if I don't know if these two brothers or who these two males is, she said in her family they still arguing about her money. And she said some of them took her goddamn money. I don't know if they did it with taxes or what, but somebody took her goddamn money and said she want her fucking money back. And said the two male relatives is fighting about her money over the estate. And one is accusing the other one of not being a real goddamn relative. So I don't know if all Aretha children got the same daddy, or they trying to say one of them goddamn adopted, or she just took them in. It's some crazy shit going on over there with the family. And she don't like this and hear this shit. They need to stop this. She said it's all the thing about the money. Thank you, Shannon. It's still not resolved. And then she get to Jennifer Hudson. She said, I'm upset with you, Jennifer, because we made an agreement. We spent time together, and you promised me you would make me proud. And I trusted that you would do that. We did a special handshake on it. So, do y'all know if Jennifer Hudson met Aretha Franklin before she passed into power? Because she's still a powerful motherfucker now. She's still herself. Because I say, well, can I call you Riri? She said, don't call me Riri. I said, well, I'll call you Miss Franklin. She said, don't call me Miss Franklin. I said, oh, okay, I know. I don't like that shit. Neither can make you sound old. I said, okay, well, can I call you Aretha? You want to call you Miss Aretha? Just call me Aretha. Yeah, yes, ma'am. Don't call me ma'am. Okay, she's a tough one now. But I don't think she's a bad person, though. She's just very strong, and it's her way. It's her way, no goddamn way. So, as she said that her and Jennifer Hudson had talked. And she said they had a little, yeah, they did meet. She said, well, in private, they talked, and they had a little handshake, a little agreement. I don't know, it was a pinky shake or something they shook, or it wasn't like a half hour. It was another kind of handshake, because, you know, Aretha, I believe, is into the Eastern Star. She's in the secret society. Very wise, very intelligent. She's initiated into the secret societies, and so was her father. I think her father's a Mason. Now I keep picking that spirit up on him. Real strong. So she say, now, I'm a little concerned because I don't think that you were up to par on representing me. So I said, I wonder, is this going on right now? Because she telling me right now she see Jennifer Hudson. I said, Jennifer Hudson is not up to par. I just want to know, you know, because she wouldn't talk to me before. You know, other people you know that's psychic, but you come down to the ATL talking plenty shit. But she's something else. Aretha, you can't really fool Aretha. Get around her when she make up her mind. It gonna be what the fuck she said. It goddamn it, real tough. She talked, she don't holler, she ain't cuss either. She kept her voice low. That motherfucker was speaking to me even tone. Like them real older boss bitches be goddamn speaking. They got a lot of power, they ain't got to raise their voice. She was real calm, like you seen in the video. Her voice sounded the same in every goddamn thing. And I said, what? I said, okay. She told me, because I was finna say, she said, don't talk while I'm talking, just listen and write it down. I said, okay. I ain't saying another goddamn thing until you tell me I can goddamn speak. There she here. She said, now, I'm a little concerned because I don't think that you are up to par on representing me. She was speaking very calmly like that. Remember, Jennifer, the movie is a vital representation of me, and I am watching, but I cannot embody you effectively to walk through you to play this role because you got your mind on other things like trouble with a man, thinking about your female organs, some legal issues and paperwork that you need to make a decision on and sign. You also remember that when you took the oath to play me, you also took an oath to pay me a percentage for the right. So this movie has to be successful because the spirits are watching and they will be in attendance for the planning and the shooting and the world premiere. You also owe Clive because you took an oath of allegiance to Clive and his spirit leaders and organization that run music, religion, and church. So basically she said Clive got her them job and was hooking her up, and that Clive is like a godfather in the motherfucking underworld. So he makes things happen, but you have to take open agreements and said that she basically still got to pay a pimp. She got to pay these spirits, which makes me believe that Jennifer is initiated in some type of spiritual order and secret order, because you only have to pay spirit. Now tell me, Gwen, because Gwen is an E5 priestess, so tell me, Gwen, is off. Aretha says she took an oath, got a spiritual oath. She have to pay Aretha's spirit for the license, the right, and the privilege to have. She says she possesses her. There's a certain thing she say when she wants Aretha to embody her so she can play the hell out that role. And Aretha is saying, I cannot embody you. I can't possess you right now because you on some bullshit with a nigga. So there's two men. You dealing with that baby daddy. And that right there said that baby daddy is going to fight you. You're going to have more legal problems because he caught you fucking another nigga. See, didn't I tell you Rita was messy? Down the motherfucker? Okay. She said Clive and his spirits and said she got to pay Clive. She had an agreement because he put her up there. She got a percentage to pay him and them spirit that bring her in and make people stars. She Clive's very powerful godfather. She said that he's spirit leaders and organizations that run music, religion, and church. She said you do know that if you do not uphold your word to the best of your ability and let the spirits control and overtake you to make this project and movie a multi-million-dollar seller and a seller worldwide and a box office hit, you will have a lot of problems, Jennifer. Oh, Whitney is also here looking at you, making sure you don't mess up this opportunity. She heard you were supposed to get her projects and deals after she was sabotaged and viciously murdered. Whitney's body's dead, but all of the secrets and mystery that she carried in her body linger in the earth realm, and she's still here. Jennifer, Whitney feel that you are trying to step into her essence and energy to ride her birthright to merge it with your spirit DNA to guarantee your success off of Whitney's death in body. Baby, Whitney ain't hearing it. Whitney will not allow it. And she has not blessed the union that her godfather Clive put in temporary effect. So, baby, basically, you will have two vicious enemies to contend with because, see, you didn't make an agreement with Whitney. Nor did you pay her spirit when you sang her song like you were singing tribute to Whitney, but inside you know that you was being groomed as the new Whitney Houston, and you dared to sit in front of the world and accept this title. You must fix this with Whitney, Jennifer. You will have more problems with your baby father, David. What's his name? David Otunga. It will always be a problem between you and David because he was spying and found out you were sleeping with another man inside the music industry. If you don't watch this man, you will have problems with him and using you and cheating on you. He has another woman and children and 7 women that he uses and plays game with and has a history of having drama with women. Jennifer, this man covers his heart to keep himself neutral in agreements. This man has been put on you, Jennifer, to watch, spy, manipulate, and control you to keep you in line for the industry elite on top that you owe millions to because they have invested a lot of money into you and you can never walk away. You will be just like Aretha Franklin. That's why you is playing this part, telling her story, because it will open you up fully to possession from the dark side, merge with the life, mind, body, and soul of Aretha Franklin with that realm and solidify the agreement so that all of those entertainment and demonic entities get paid in life and get paid in the death, in the physical death of Jennifer Houston, Hudson, because she will continue to relive the agreement and the slavery on the other side and watch it play out over here in the physical third dimension illusion. So basically, she is taking on Aretha down here right now. She down here for her move. She been watching the premiere and making sure that, well, you know, you really, Isha, whoever you is, you really don't have to listen to the reading. It is about NIPSEY, like I said. And she came to speak about NIPSEY and also to speak about what I just said. So, you know, you really don't even have to goddamn be over here, because you don't rule my damn reading. These spirits rule it. Now, before I get to NIPSEY, I'm dealing with the goddamn goddess, Aretha goddamn Franklin. And what she got to say, which is relevant right now, because she said a movie, Jennifer Hudson, taping this right now, or getting ready to goddamn tape this right now, while she's fucking talking to NIPSEY. So it do pertain to him. Now, you don't like it, baby? Y'all not going to control my goddamn readings now. Because last time I checked, this is mine. So you're not going to check me. The only one that can check me over here is these spirits. Take your motherfucking ass on. Because there's a lot of readers out here, baby. You go listen to them. Now, like I said, she is moving. She's locking in her agreement just like Aretha Franklin. Jennifer Hudson going to be in that realm. She cannot get out. She cannot break contract at the point. She's going to leave out, die out. Blood in, blood out. She too deep and she owe too much money. So, oh yeah, she ain't gonna get out, Gwen. She gonna get out one way. And Clive, they done invested too much in her. Now, I don't know if y'all remember. You go back and watch when Whitney died. Clive was up there on that talk show with Jennifer Hudson. Now, you can see it on YouTube now. You think I'm lying. Because Whitney got a tood body. Not an attitude. This motherfucker got a tood. Clive Davis looked at... Ain't nobody throwed me off. My mind is right where the fuck it was before I said what the fuck I had to say. Clive looked at Jennifer Hudson and said, Jennifer Hudson is finna be the new goddamn Whitney. See, Whitney's still holding that shit down in her pussy. See, when shit really get to your ass, like a bitch fucking your nigga man, or trying to fuck your nigga, or a woman trying to get the ups on you, you see, and then you can't get over the shit, you hold that shit in your pussy. And if the shit ain't resolved, and you ain't got your straightening, you ain't straightening the bitch, or really correct the shit, you hold that shit in your pussy. And when your physical body die, you go on the other side and get out the motherfucker still holding in your damn pussy till you want some straightening. See, Whitney wants some straightening. I ain't know that Whitney had know about that shit. She said, oh, I was listening. I was listening to goddamn shit. And remember, Jennifer had sang to Whitney. And her song, I would love you. And Whitney was just looking up there like she's loving it. But see, then Whitney found, once she got out of her body and went back and licked, oh, this young bitch. Trying to outdo me, trying to like take my energy and gonna fucking run it. And my goddaddy Clive gonna try to pass my damn baton and said that Jennifer finna take this shit over. I ain't gonna be able to do it. I'm finna get some scratch. She down here with Aretha. I'm listening to it. Whitney jumped back in, and I said, damn. So Whitney, you still down here? She said, yeah, because there's some thing going on for me and by me, you know, and she doing it for Aretha, the music, the movie. She said, but still, I'm watching her because I still ain't got over what she said. She was going to see Whitney messy than a motherfucker too. Whitney whole shit. Said, I'm every woman, goddammit. And she, because she remember she was coming, she loved Chaka Khan. She loves some of the other singers, but she got a little thing about Jennifer Hudson, goddamn mad, because Jennifer said she was going to be the new Whitney. Well, she said even though she didn't say it, fuck it, she consented to it. When Clive sat up there on fucking national TV, worldwide, and said it, she didn't back up. No, she gonna walk in my, she said, yeah, she got me fucked up. Like, Whitney wanna take her shoes off and put grease around her face for this bitch. And I said, Whitney, I didn't know you fit. Yeah, Whitney's a ghetto motherfucker, man. She said, oh, she's got to pay a pimp. And so I'm listening and I'm writing. That's all. I said, you know what, Miss Aretha, all due respect. Y'all so ghetto. I said, but I get it. Because if she made an agreement with you, she got to get this nigga and fucking and whatever else going on. She got to get her mind right. She wants to play with Aretha. She want to represent me. I said, I totally agree. You are absolutely right. I said, Aretha, I'm going to come back later on and see what you got to say, because I know you came in talking to NIPSEY. So while she was talking to NIPSEY, I was watching them talk. I was listening to them talk. And she said I could share it, which I'm saying too, he's worried about his finances. She said they took over his stuff to try to steal all his finances from him. Then she saw me, and she know which I knew that's why she did it. Came to Nip because she knew that I'm in it. I could hear. She said another thing. I need you to send a message to Jennifer Hudson. I said, me? Why y'all you ain't even talk to me when you had your funeral, Aretha? She said, no, that wasn't me. That was my daddy, but I'm ready to talk now. Very, very, elegant, and she kept her voice cool. I said, damn, why you putting me in, y'all always put me in this shit. I said, I'm getting my pen. So I thought, I'm with this shit. So I wrote it down, and I said, ooh, you going a little raw, ain't you? She said, oh, she knows. If she ever hears about this, she'll know what I'm talking about. I said, oh, wait, okay, Aretha. So she was talking, they had surrounded, it was so beautiful, they surrounded NIPSEY, and they started talking to him, and they said, this doesn't make any sense. But goddamn Sammy Davis said, when he got up with his mouth cocked, some shit, some sound that he be saying. What that sound that Sammy Davis, I don't know, what, I forgot. I'm going to think of this shit later on, let y'all know. He got up, and this was like, he was looking at all these stars, and some of them he wasn't quite familiar with, but they were making them for me and letting him see footage and stuff of them. So, what he say? Bang, bang, or some shit he say. So, he started talking to him. He had some glasses or something on. He ain't had that patch on his eye. Both his eyes could work. They were working now. They ain't got that patch on the one side. He just had these glasses on, but they looked more stylish. They were the thick black frame and had a tux on. He was adjusting it, had fixed his shoes. Had some nice leather shoes on that lace up. Ain't they messy? They got up, started goddamn talking, and then she went back to NIPSEY.
because she was saying that they was fucking with his money too. And she said it's something in the tax, Nipsey's taxes, that are getting ready to come up, that they fucked it up, and something with receipts, his money and receipts. Let me go back over this again, because the video was low, and I didn't know the video played low, and then it was fun. It was last week, Halloween week. When I had the purple on, the video volume was down. We tried to upload the video to YouTube about 10 times. I think it was the day before Halloween. It wouldn't go up. Girl, that motherfucker got up to my shop. Bang, and girl, I looked at this motherfucker. I said, Sammy Davis. He got up, walked across the graveyard. So y'all tell me, man, is Sammy Davis, Sam Cooke, who else I said, is they out there in the graveyard where Nipsey's body is, or are they near there? I think they in LA. I don't know if Sam Cooke is buried out there. Girl, I tell you, they was in here. Them the only one could tell me what the goddamn doing. Move me along. So, that's what I'm saying. Can y'all tell me, is Sammy Davis out there? Oh, I forgot the King, man. Because the King been telling me, and this has been telling me to tell YG to live dangerous, just like you know who I'm talking about with the Dangerous album, goddamn Michael Jackson motherfucking ass. Michael Jackson got up, out the ground, walked over there and started talking to Nipsey goddamn ass. But Michael and Prince be separate. I don't know what it is about Michael and Prince, but Michael and Prince got this little thing with each other. And all it ain't your eyes, they goddamn asses here. I don't know if Prince don't like Michael or Michael don't like Prince, but they wasn't hanging out hugging. They still got a little tool with each other. They not, Michael and Prince is not tight. They respect each other. They both bad motherfuckers, but they don't hang together. I don't think they hung together in the physical. They don't hang together now. They both very sensitive and temperamental, and they know they both up here. Both of them bad motherfuckers. I can't choose one over the goddamn other. But one, wait a minute. I take that back, goddammit. I take that back. There is one I choose over the other. And you know which one that is. Why? Because he fell in love with my daddy. When he seen my daddy as a little boy perform with the Jackson 5, he fell in love with, yeah, they shady. He fell in love with my daddy. Prince, I love you too. Please don't get no attitude. Please don't get no attitude, Lord. Cause Michael love my daddy. So you can go look on YouTube, type in Michael Jackson. I love both of them, but see, I just got a little shade here when I said both of them the same. Michael got a 2, so I had to. Okay, yeah, finna get a 2, so I had to go. You look on YouTube, type in Michael Jackson, Jackie Wilson. You will see that when Michael got his Grammy with Quincy Jones, we were coming out. Michael came out there and he didn't even have to do that. But when he accepted it, Michael Jackson said, wait a minute, I want to say something. He said to Jackie Wilson, wherever you are, I love you. I want to let you know I love you. He shouted out my daddy, and my daddy used to hang with Joe Jackson and come to the house and be around Michael them. So Michael adored my father. Just like he adored, James Brown. He was like his father. My father had already physically left. At that time he was hanging with James. So hello Victoria. So I always loved that. And when Michael came to me, I don't know if you saw the old reading when I saw Joe Jackson was dying last year, and Michael was concerned about his mama being sick. I said, Michael, why did you come all the way down to the ATL? Because your sister LaToya be dealing with all them psychics out there in LA. You could have easily asked one of them. He talking about, no. They weren't going to tell the truth and say what I tell you to say. He said, oh, by the way, I talked to your father. I said, so what? He did? He gave you my address. She said, your daddy told me, because he was telling your daddy my problem. And I need to let somebody know my mama's sick. I don't want her dying right now. I want somebody to take care of her. And to talk about Joe. That way he didn't say dad. He called him Joe. And you go back and listen, excuse me, go back. You can see I said Joe Jackson was dying before he died and before any public mention of Joe dying. Go look at my dates, check my footwork, because they say, that I ain't got them all. Okay. So he said, I was telling him my problem, and your father told me I have a daughter, Alexyss, in Atlanta. Go see her,
tell her I sent you and she'll help you. So Michael comes, and that's the first time. Michael done came back on Nipsey. Because he loves Nipsey. He said they have a lot of things in common. And let me briefly mention some things you probably didn't hear clearly what I mentioned before. I'm going to keep mentioning the deconstruction, reconstruction, redistricting, redlining, and destroying the music culture of LA and destroying the independent artists who have found their own music, independent labels, independent style where they work for themselves, they feed themselves, they help the community, they feed the community. They want that gone. They want to get rid of that. Okay? And they're breaking LA up in territories, shrinking the territories that the gangs have power and control in. And a couple things came up that I have to deal with. Abraham from the Hiram Key, Moses / Mason, because Moses also dealt with masonry. Most of you don't talk that, you don't know. And it's also dealing with the parting of the Red Sea. Parting also is symbolic to me of the Red Sea, when you're seeing they're creating the divisions and spreading things unnaturally that are not supposed to be done with the people of color, the blacks and the browns in LA. Like they've always pitted us against each other. And then you look under Nipsey's building. There's something shifting and changing. I don't know if they're doing construction under the building, but there are a lot of heavy entities and spirits under the building. One of them I see not only is Moses, which will go back to what? Egypt, which is what? In Africa, which is what? People of color. Harriet Tubman is here, and Harriet Tubman been under the goddamn marathon, because it's literally an underground city up under there. If they're not doing anything right now, they're getting ready to do something when they do the construction, and it's going to affect the underground city underneath the marathon. And that whole area is underground cities. So Harriet is back too, and very upset with what they're doing out there, along with the Elohim, the black beings, the jet black beings. One came back in here for Nipsey a couple of days ago. I was standing in the mirror. I was like, washing my face. This thing's so black, and the thing moves like this. I said, what the fuck? The thing moves and come back in. It's back and forth. And he told me he was out there underground in the marathon because of what they're doing and the violations to Nipsey. And they mentioned earthquakes to me and said there were the problems. We know about the fires, but said that the fires are not natural fires. The fires are being set. But wait, before I get back into that, what I want to say, yes, about the bullets, because I'm not sure. And you know, like I said, I ignore these things because somebody had put a comment on my video earlier this week, said, oh, God is going to punish you. The Spirit's going to punish you because you're up here saying things that are public knowledge and the people already know. No, there's a lot of things I'm saying that people don't know, that people have not been saying in public. Like we are talking about the weather, which I said before, the earthquakes. I'm talking about the deities and the entities I could see there in Harriet Tubman, which we know now she's back with that movie, that energy, and they're saying that movie is off the way they painted her. She is also around Nipsey. But and nobody is saying what I said. I didn't get this public knowledge, what he said about the bullets. He is saying, and I really believe one of these is a hollow point. If it's not a hollow point, it is similar to one for what it does. He is saying the bullets are altered and the guns were altered, and he shows me the inside of the barrel. Some of those guns were stolen or either missing or had been used. They're guns that are not accounted for, where you cannot see the serial on them, where those guns have been planted there before, either early that morning or late in the night before. And what he's telling me, this one that I've mentioned has a copper jacket. Now, you please tell me, because I don't keep up with other readers. I don't read their readings. I'd be too fucked up reading my own shit, doing my own shit, what Nipsey tells me. I don't know. You let me know if someone else did a reading and mentioned that the bullets were not in the guns that they were made for. Some of these bullets are interchangeable. That's what he told me, with certain guns. And again, he mentions the 38. He went to the 357. And then I researched it because nobody ever told me this, because I don't know anything about this. He told me that the 38 was changed and put in a 357. interchangeable with that gun. And then he mentioned the 38 bullet for 357. He mentioned a 9mm and 40 cal bullet. Mentioned a 44, 40 cal, and the 380. So, and I'm still learning with these things, but I realized the guns I mentioned with the bullets, you can interchange. You can't put a 357 or 38 because it's a little bit taller, not much. It's got more punch in the top of the cap, but you can take a 38 and modify the gun and put in a 357. Now, for all of you that have a mental problem and that I'm crazy, go look it up. Because I said this with the last video, but the volume was very low. Yes, and I'm telling you, California is burning not because of God or a natural freak, but because they are being started that way to create what? A society where people cannot take care of themselves and they go to camp and then they go to night-night. And they're doing that through those in the vaccination and the food shortage mixed with GMO to create a homeless society. And then say, what are we going to do with them? Which opens up, that's what's happening right now. That's what he's saying to me. And you can confirm what I'm saying. So I want to make sure I said it again because I know it was low. And he's showing me, yes, you can, Kiana. Thank you. But the person said, oh, everybody know what you're saying. That's public knowledge. No, this is not public knowledge, what I'm fucking saying. Because if I had heard another reader say it, we don't even know what the autopsy says. But I'm still taking a chance, and they call me crazy anyway, so it won't hurt me to say what the fuck I'm saying. And I don't believe we'll ever know what it's all saying. Just like with Sam Cooke's murder that the police and mob were involved in. You don't know all the truth about his goddamn autopsy. And I'm telling you, this was police, gang, and mob. I said this from the very beginning, a few days after he was assassinated, my first reading, and I said it was about real estate. And now you all see. I mean, this thing goes so many places. And that's when I realized when I was seeing all these people, and one lady said, I'm confused, you keep tying all these people. I'm not tying any fucking people in this. This is what the Spirit said to me. And I keep seeing these women. Just like when I looked at the white girl, Joelle, that wrote, booed up. She's one of the ones I saw. And when I looked at her, people tell me, oh, she's fucking him. They were lovers. They were going to get. No, I didn't see that yet. They were not going together. NIPSEY was not in love with her. I don't see that. Now, I'm not saying that then go on. But I don't really want to get into that because I don't see this as a long-term relationship. This was not about love. In this girl's mind, she was trying to get close to NIPSEY. She was put on NIPSEY. She was sick on NIPSEY. It was more about that than somebody trying to tell me it was sexual and it was love. No, it wasn't, because NIPSEY didn't completely trust this girl. NIPSEY had his guard up with this girl because he got certain mixed vibes from this girl. She's all over him. She's fascinated with him. I also seen pictures with her and Kevin Hart. So she clearly likes successful black men. She clearly likes to be in the limelight and get that attention. Because you notice that her career goes up all booed up, but I don't know where Ella Mae career done gone. And they says a fake tape out saying Ella Mae was going down on a nigga. But I don't know. I remember that scandal supposed to be that boy, was it Jacquees? She supposed to be going with Jacquees' ass from Atlanta. But I don't know what happened with that. But now you see they done put this woman here up on a pedestal. But what I see, that was business. She wanted to get with NIPSEY, and there was something about that store. She wanted to be in that store. She wanted to hang in that store. She wanted to be a part of NIPSEY's life. She wanted a sexual relationship with NIPSEY. And she wanted to use that, thinking that that would be securing her ability to get close to NIPSEY and make money. She was looking to become a bigger star and make money off of NIPSEY and to be with him sexually and professionally. So like I'm saying, it wasn't a long-term sexual relationship. I'm not saying anything didn't go on. But what I'm saying is, from what it looks like to me, and I'm not finished, she was trying to use sex to dominate NIPSEY. I guess I thought he would be fascinated with her, but NIPSEY would not let her dominate him and control him. He would not give her power over him, and he was not in love with this woman or seduced. I don't see it. He wasn't seduced by her. He didn't fall into her trap. This was about them doing music and about them working together and building a relationship on the music, but then the girl wanted to be his lover because she felt if I could get a hold of him and lock him in, I control him, and she wanted to get into that real estate. She wanted to be a part of that, be a part of his team, and also she wanted this man money. This was what keeps coming up with her, and there was 2 other women involved in her doing business with him like she had been put on him. There was a powerful man involved in this that's like a gangster, and that entertainment industry, as well as dealing with the gangs and politics, put her on NIPSEY to watch him, to spy, to keep what's going on. They thought he would be easy to be seduced because they like women. It doesn't show she was effective at seducing him, and you could tell if you look at their photos, the way she laying into him, she likes him, and she wants people to perceive this as like they got a relationship, you know, like she's got an in there. When I looked at it, I didn't, and see, I tried to tell you that, Nikki. You know how they called me a liar when I said they were broke up before he killed? You see what I'm talking about? You see how they did me like a dog and called me all kind of names because I said NIPSEY told me. NIPSEY ain't told that bitch that and as you can see, it's true what the fuck I said. But you know, they have backed up off their quiet. I'm not saying that mean they stopped talking about me. They not talking about me to me, and they're not saying it in public. Because they cannot refute what the fuck I said and prove that I'm a liar. See. Getting back to this. And then, you know, remember what I said? That it was white people. I said it that had the RH negative, but also when I said they had chromosomal, I seen a Latin person too, had a chromosomal deficiency. Somebody had a blood disorder. This was all going back to blood and DNA, and I said it was European. I said it, goddammit. I think I cannot guarantee I'm the only one again because I don't watch other people reading. Y'all watch other people reading, and I like that y'all do that. Because then y'all can compare me and them and me. If y'all might have heard, that's why I'm going to say, I'm not going to say I didn't say, I don't know. If y'all ever heard it, somebody else said what I said. There were white folks right there. And involved in this, I said, those white women's, white men's are seen. And I saw Latin, I saw Mexican, I saw women's involved in this. And let me tell you something that I never told you all. But I said this to someone privately. In LA. I never could figure it out because I didn't hear anybody say this. I saw a female shooter with NIPSEY that was a secret bodyguard. The only thing is that I've always wondered about is the girl also modeled NIPSEY's female clothes. She disguised herself. She acted like she was just modeling NIPSEY's clothes. But NIPSEY knew, and he had also trained her, and that's what he had her for, to look pretty and to act like she was just a marathon model. But this girl was a female shooter and a female bodyguard. She would hang around him, and people thought she was just a model. And NIPSEY kept it that way. And this is what confuses me because I've seen this. NIPSEY showed me this girl months ago. But I kept it to myself. But I knew the women were involved because she was NIPSEY's right hand when they would be together at certain events. However, she did not protect NIPSEY that day. And I always wondered why that female bodyguard, I saw her around him. But she did not pull her gun to stop what was happening. And then when I look at her, I see older women. Like I have told y'all, at different ages. But the one I always see comes up is the pinnacle. This woman has been around for a while. She was at the very beginning. She's all about money. I don't know if y'all remember, I said in one
the real pretty female who just went to work for J-Rock? I don't know, baby. So that was a security officer. Please send me her picture in my email. I wondered why I saw, and I said it in a previous video, this woman that comes up as the Queen of Pentacles. I see she's dealing with these people in the industry. She deals with male rappers and artists who disrespect her because she is a female, but they don't know this is a female killer. While they sitting there laughing and talking, thinking they got the ups on her, she got the ups on them because this woman is a shooter. And this woman is a killer. And she deals with affiliates that are also killers. Y'all, somebody tell me what time it is in Atlanta. Tell me what time Eastern time is, because I got a lot to get through. I'm going to try to get through it, and then I'm going to have to come back in a couple of days. But I want to rehash what I was saying. And I was saying again, there is, Nipsey tells me, and I said it last week, he wants his accounts audited, his bank accounts audited, store receipts audited from the date of the assassination back and from the date of forward, because he's saying and dealing with merchandise from the store. And see, I believe that's why one of the reasons they didn't get all that merchandise out. And he said Cowboy, and other people have told me too, Cowboy still be up there at that goddamn store. That's two other things I want to get on. Cowboy up there at that store selling shit out his trunk. Thank you, 1 a.m. I got to stay a little bit long. Selling shit out his trunk and smoking dope. Cowboy, I look at him now and I can see the whole bone in this nigga face. And all around, thank you, nigga, all around the jawline, the nigga look like he wasting away and got that package, goddammit. Like he is full-blown AIDS in this bitch. The way that shit draw back, go look at him on the video. Thank you, Victoria. And selling shit, hanging around that goddamn stove, selling music and shit. I know, that's what I'm finna get to. Remember when I did Jay Stone and I kept saying Jay Stone better be careful because they trying to get Jay Stone set up to go back to goddamn jail, and who are these people around? He need to watch these niggas that he hanging around that also know Nipsey and really glad he dead and really wasn't for him. Remember I told you that? But see, I didn't know one of the niggas he was hanging around with goddamn Cowboy, emaciated face ass. I didn't know that till somebody sent me a picture with Jay Stone and Cowboy together. I didn't know who all the niggas were, but I knew they was in that clique. And remember I said they was gang members too, who also trying to feel him out. They had something to do with him being killed, and Jay Stone knowed it, but he was talking to him. Anyway, they trying to see how they going to handle Jay Stone. I did not know, excuse me, that one of the niggas I'm talking about and trying to set him up. And when some of the things I saw was deal breakers, they was asking him to do things he want to do. Jay Stone was trying to ask Cowboy what happened to Nipsey and what all went on, and Cowboy wouldn't tell him. It was a disagreement and dispute about that, so he gonna try to set Jay Stone up. I'm like, Jay Stone need to leave these people alone. And then when they sent me the email, showed me the picture, I said, that's what's going on, because I seen the jail around. If y'all remember the last reading when I did with Jay Stone, I saw jail around him and the niggas that was around him, trying to also set him up to get locked up. And then when I seen with him, I said, that's the jail shit that I seen. I just did not know he was hanging with Cowboy. And I knew it was gang members, like I told you. We know Cowboy's a 60. So now this is making sense. And now the women. So somebody can show me the female that used to model with Nipsey that now works with J-Rock. Because what I'm telling you is, these people on the low know about what I'm saying. Because I had no idea. And Nipsey said it was a shooter. It was she was a bodyguard. And she had other women over her. Now, she did not have a security agency. I don't see that she owned a company and she was running it. No, she's a worker. But you know what? I also see somebody flip this bitch. It was a woman. It was males working with it too that are also gang members, but these are women. This makes sense. I see all these different women as men. Let me tell you what something else I saw a couple of days ago. When I saw the law getting involved, I told y'all somebody finna get locked up. It's finna be some more court shit going on. Supposed to be some court cases and lawsuits going on. I saw the police got involved. This is something that's happening around Nipsey's case. Dealing with this bank fraud shit I told you about that Nipsey's saying with the federal investigation. And the feds are still investigating right now. Remember y'all, I told y'all, a month or so ago, that the little Nipsey Ermias came here and said that it was fugitives, niggas on the run, ducking and hiding, and that
I saw him in Tennessee. I think I saw him in South Carolina. He started naming places they were trying to run and hide, but they were all going to get away with it. And I saw white police. I saw marshals and bounty hunters on these niggas, and I saw some of them dead. When they found them, they was goddamn dead. And I also said winter because I saw yellow leaves, orange, burnt orange, and red leaves. So I knew it would be when it's cold. Now, I don't know what the weather's like out there, but right now it's cold here in Atlanta. And I'm sure it's starting to get cold in places like South Carolina, Tennessee. Probably depends on what part of California you live in. Remember I told y'all that? Now, I see why these motherfuckers is fugitives. The feds is hunting motherfuckers down. Some of them will be killed. But you know what? Some are being killed by people in LA because they don't want them telling. This is, Lord, y'all ain't gonna believe these stories. Nipsey telling me the dead lady. Remember I started off, told you that the dead lady, by 80-some years old, got up out the graveyard and said, hey, called Nipsey. When she got up, she had, I would say a dead docket, like a deed. It was a string or metal wire going around her neck with a deed here, a title something here. This is what I've been seeing this week that I kind of didn't want to come back and read. On this lady's neck was showing what? She died in debt, that the deed is a dead deed. It has no value to her. She couldn't pay it off, and somebody stole her house from her and ran up the equity and took out loans. This lady died that way in debt, and it devastated her and it devastated her family. The lady went to an old folk home and was real sick and fucked up. Behind this, her mind was messed up. Why too? Because it was around a poison. See? Oh yeah. I told you I was going to come back with some more. And it went off the last time. And she started telling Nipsey about it. Talking to Nipsey, what happened to her. Aretha Franklin talked about it. Michael Jackson talked about it. Sam Cooke talked about it. The other thing that Nipsey also mentioned to me, the year 2008. Now, if y'all don't remember, when I looked at it, there was a real bad real estate crash and them fake loans. They were taking advantage of people that was poor and low income, getting them to take out them real big loan deal with mortgage fraud and went to jail. Do you know that happened here? It happened in all states. But you know it also happened in LA with low income minority people, preferably black people. No, Katoya, that will not. Because it's too much. You'll have to burn a whole bunch behind that. One or two bills or doing, no, it would take years to fix that because with so much money lost and devastated, and then she lost her life behind this, and her family lost the inheritance of the house behind it, and then lost her because she was really fucked up in the head behind this, and they made the lady sick. She went to a form of Alzheimer, but her body set up, and I saw it, and she talked to Nipsey, and Nipsey knows what we're talking about. He knows about this, so he started confirming because he was inside the gang. He said the gang was doing this. Okay. 2008, we're looking at 2019. This is going on right now, and the fraud is going on, the federal investigations for this on different levels. Credit card, remember I told you bank, which was also be bank fraud, which is also federal when you're taking out loans and you fucking over people. Nipsey knew about it, of course, because that was his family at the time. That was his gang. So he didn't speak about those things. He didn't participate, but he didn't speak about those things because of his family. He knew about it. But he's telling now, would he hold it for the way they fucked him over? There's no reason for him to hold it. So he's telling me this is going on right now. And a lot of these people getting payback for what they did to him because the ones that are doing it are also involved in it. Remember I said bank tellers, managers, branch managers, whatever certain person you go to. And then, you know, it's different ways they always coming up with. I'm still researching to learn different ways you can get checks, you can get credit cards, you can pretend it's yours and run shit up in somebody's name and take advantage of their credit to get their social. These guys have done some really fucked up shit because that lady's dead behind this. They real gangster with this shit. But look at 2008. And you know what I'm thinking? Correct me if I'm wrong. When they had that limited edition sale of Nipsey's clothes, what, a week or two ago, there's also a problem with that. They showed me this morning. There's 3 women involved. There is a younger, I'd say late 30s, There's one in the 40s, late 40s, and then there's a third woman in the early 50s that got involved with the money around that 2008. Remind me, was, if I'm wrong, was that collection that Nipsey's baby mama was selling them clothes, was that from a limited 2008 edition? Because that's also, Nipsey brought the year out 2008. That's also the year when the real estate market crashed and went down, and there were big problems in LA with loans, bank and financing loans and mortgage loans, and a lot of fraud, and people got arrested. So that's really something that's standing out to me. If 2008, he's saying they were doing that then, and even further back than then. But also tell me, if that edition they just sold with a certain amount of quantity of Nipsey's clothes was a 2008 edition, because he brought up 2008. He said they were involved in this stuff even in 2008. This was going on. And then it ties into his edition because it's around the children's estate money. That money was supposed to go to the children's estate, and he's saying these women got, these 3 women, they got their hands in this money. They're saying it's for the children, but they're not holding that money. Them women are spending that money right now as they please, which also ties into the fraud, saying it's one thing for the children, but you're doing this to really exploit this man's name and legacy, and using the children to do it to take the man money from this 2000. Like I say, correct me if I'm wrong, the baby mama just had a sale with Nipsey's additional clothes, joined it with somebody's Street of God or God something. That baby Nipsey brought up 2008. Also, it ties into the federal investigation right now that deals with fraud, bank fraud, credit card fraud, loan fraud. And then, you know who he brought up to? He brought up with Sam Cooke, the Nation of Islam. Malcolm X done jumped back in the shit with the Nation of Islam. Martin Luther King jumped in, just fear God. Nipsey said 2008. And then he told me to go back to the actual year to see what they were going on with the fraud. He said the gang were involved in it then. What's going on now? They motherfucking was doing this shit then. Along with drugging people, setting folks up, poisoning, and killing. See, you see why I didn't want to come read this? Because that old lady sat up and started saying it. And then, yes, something wrong with that. Look at that 2008, baby. Watch that 2008 edition, because it's connected to some type of scheming and fraud by women's. Now, it's men behind it, but the men have given the 3 women I'm seeing of different ages consent to go in and take that main money. I don't really want to talk about Robert Crawford because we already know. Because Whitney told me when she was freaking out with Bobby, they fucking men's and women's. Whitney's been a closet bisexual. Bitch, don't let her get on that goddamn powder and get drunk. So that ain't no revelation to me. We all know they was fucking. It was just an open secret. So I don't really need to elaborate on that. And you know, I looked at her, I thought that was such a pretty woman. Robin, she looked a little rough around the edge. I guess she missing Whitney like Bobby missing Whitney around here. Bobby need to check his kidneys out and check his liver out. And that bone around his ass, like his whole spinal column, and around his neck, and his sinus fucked up and his eyes fucked up. And he be seeing her, Bobby be getting fucked in his sleep. Spirits be fucking Bobby. I believe Whitney, because Whitney says she got it pussy whooped. Anyway, that's another goddamn story. But yeah, I don't need to talk about Robin. We all know that they was smoking the fucking bumping cats. What else new? We don't give a fuck. What it matter? We don't give a fuck. Whitney, my girl, nah. I seen how she cool as fuck. I don't give a fuck that they, you know, bump cats and ate a little puss. We know that. We know that. We see that. Shit. Oh. Okay, I heard this, just verify that, because this check shit going on. And then, yeah, it said deconstruction of the store gutting. He said, Nipsey said the mall was gutted. His store was gutted. The wire and electronic system also tied to the underground city of the store, and the roof and the backyard and the house. There's like a house in the back that deal with surveillance, and white developers have already created and working on projects across the street and around there have bought property. I asked Nipsey what going on. He was in the store. He said they trying, you can believe it. Nipsey say they trying to kill the straw man. I said, Nipsey, what you mean they trying to kill the straw man? As in Moorish law? He said, yes. They have physically killed my body. He said, now they trying to kill my straw man. The straw man that doesn't exist physically, that deals with corporation and business. He said they trying to break up, and I'm still trying to understand this shit with David, what his name, Groves, and the building, how he get to own it, and they said Nipsey never owned it. Him and his brother said they bought it. I'm still kind of confused by this. What happened in between to switch that around? Yes, they know what's under Nipsey's store. He's saying they now want to take Vampire and suck out of that marathon, out of Nipsey's business. He owned everything they can because they've done a lot of fraudulent shit around that store and stolen out of that store and pocketed money, and the books is fucked up. And then if something comes down, or when it goes down, they're trying to gut and destroy that part of it, then go out and create offshoots of the business like the baby mama did, and did the 2008 limited edition and created like supposed to be a trust for the children so that that money cannot be taken, but you are still making money off of this man's legacy and this man merchandise that you wasn't even around and didn't know had nothing to do with and did not create, and then created the other business. Yeah, they said David was Sam, but yeah, she be with him all the time. I see that. We don't know the negotiations and deals with that. Okay. Hi, Aaron. And so this family really is not going to speak. They cannot speak. They're not in a position to do that. They got to go with the flow because of the way things done fucking panned out. And get their money the best way they can for their brother. And continue his legacy. But other people involved are trying to destroy the other part of him, which is the straw man. And that's what he started getting into me. I learned so much from him. And you know what also came up? The Jack of Spades. So let me tell you what he's saying about this. I say, what do you mean? And the Ace of Spades, the Ace of Diamonds came up here, the Ace of Pentacles, the Jack of Diamonds, the Nine of Clubs, the Nine of Spades, the Jack of Spades. For they're trying to kill the straw man, and we're dealing with also dealing with 2008 that ties into this fraud. He said the politicians pass laws and get sponsors to push passing laws to create high crime poverty zones. The federal level housing law is passed to create tax incentive zones, empowerment zone, faith-based initiative, because he said the church is tied into this shit. Police drug sales to drug dealers, gang members create gang wars, along with police, make deals with gang members, then go behind they back and make the same deal with a rival gang member, telling them the person from the rival gang plans to attack and rob them, and it be a lie. Then the police tell the gang member another gang member set them up and snitched when arrested, and will let the other gang members see them letting them out the police car, or put them in the police car. You know, all of a sudden they not locked up no more, done got out, to create the police car. The police let them see them getting out the car around the corner, something to set up fear and paranoia, street talk, false rumors for violence, division, and danger for women, children, and families of gang members. They said this man offers hard cash. Oh, that's another one I want to tell you about. There's a gang leader, gang member / leader, an older man that is involved in this fraud. Involved in the bank fraud and dealing with the property fraud. He seems to not be seen or under the radar. Why? Because he gets grants and does deals from the city, like from the feds, the city. He deals with the police. He deals with a lot of community activism and service, and he deal with rappers. I ain't gonna say no name. In the music industry in LA, and he be undercover. This is what he does. This man offers hard cash, private sector loans to people about to lose their house, have problem pay their mortgage. He offer it to them. He got other people that come in with the gang members, and they deal with drug dealing and stuff, so they have a lot of spare secret cash under the radar, but they jack it up
to these relatives or gang members and some of these rappers, they doing this shit too, offer that real high interest rate where they know the people can't pay it, they're going to have a problem paying back because they don't make that income. And even if they pay the loan off, they got to pay the whole real high interest rate that accumulate day by day. This is a black man, older black man that's a gang member that was an OG over the gang, but now doing community service and getting grant money and shit to help the community. So he covered, look like he helped the community, but do undercover shit. This man is very violent, very jealous, and very, very crazy. He likes to keep a lot of drama and confusion going and jack motherfuckers up. Okay. So when the people sign, he'll say, well, if I got to give you the loan to make sure you can pay me back, you got to sign over the deed. The motherfucker is an extortionist. Then he started extortion. But this will guarantee you'll give me my money back. So I'm going to hold it until you give my money back. But said if he cannot pay, they cannot pay. He worked with crooked lenders for consolidation and even refinancing and put the big balloons on there. And then he watched the people foreclose while he holding the deed. Because he know he's not going to give it back to him. He already know they can't pay it. Or set up a scenario to make sure they cannot pay it. And then he'll hold it over them. Well, you know, your son, your daughter, whatever, you know, I know you don't want nothing to happen to them. Or, you know, watch your daughter get fucked. Your son get fucked, come up missing, go to Chang Yang, whatever. If you don't pay this back. So which one is it going to be? It's either that or you give me the fucking house. And they're like, but I gave you the money. I can get, now I don't want it because you late. He knew he was going to do that to him anyway. Shit like that. That's what NIPSEY told me that's going on with this man that's working right now in the LA community. He does it to jam him up. Well, I guess your daughter finna go sell some pussy then. She finna get on the scroll. Well, no, I told you I got it. No, but you like 2 days late. Knowing they were going to do that anyway. This is what this older man does. Dark skin, little heavy set, with a bald head. That's all I'm going to say. He's a dirty motherfucker, man. This kind of shit he do on the low. He under the radar. The police don't say nothing, don't do nothing. Okay. We're dealing with NIPSEY Strawman. NIPSEY saying we're dealing with the straw man and we're dealing with the legal fiction. Wire fraud. He also mentioned wire fraud in real estate 2008 in LA. He also mentioned 1980. We're still dealing with the 08s. Said it was going on then too in LA. You go look these things up. Okay. He said if you see, I'm reading this, I'm trying to, because I tried to look it up. It's so much to study. So I'm basically saying if you see your name with a title Mr. or Mrs. or they use your name in uppercase letters, this is admiralty law. The legal fiction is an abstract theory to explain a construct, and so is the term the straw man. The straw man theory is a theory prevalent in various movements such as sovereign citizen tax, protesters, and freemen on the land, and the redemption movement, and various others. The theory holds that an individual has two personas, one of him or herself as a real flesh and blood human being, and the other a separate legal personality, a person usually written in all capitals as the straw man. The idea is that an individual's debts, liabilities, taxes, and legal responsibilities belong to the straw man, the fiction person, rather than the physical entity themselves. Straw man is a form of argument and informal. I look like a definition for that. Straw man is also an argument or informal fallacy based on giving the impression of refuting an opponent's argument that was not presented by the opponent. Basically a lie. It's a fiction. One who engages in this fallacy is said to be attacking a straw man. And also you can look this up because LA County, South Central, San Francisco, and Oakland are the areas that they targeted people to do that with the real estate fraud. In 1980 and in 2008, which is also, I know something is very fucked up and fraudulent around NIPSEY's 2008 collection that they're selling the limited edition. Some things going on the low that we cannot see in the public, but I can see, and he just told me it's 3 women's. And it's all about money, and now killing the physical, now they want to kill the straw man, to drain the corporation, the organization of the marathon, and then create separate branches, literally trying to wipe this man out.
like he never existed, and pull the man money out, clothes, legs, everything he got going on for themselves. That way he get hit, and it's a federal investigation, hit the marathon. You see what I'm saying? Since they done collapsed that, and they pulling out separately, they not going to be touched. Because it's separate entity. Off the straw, that's right, OG, the straw man. Look it up with Moorish law. You'll see what the straw man is. It just was so long, I didn't have time to look at all of it in a short period of time. Once Nip broke that shit down. I told you he was cold up here. He's smart, he's brilliant. I said, what, Nip? He said, I know what they're trying to do. They're just trying to kill my straw man now since they done did the other side. Because I'm not completely broken down or destroyed. And it's a lot of women involved in this. And it's also dealing, like I told you, with that goddamn bodyguard and them other people involved in that whole set right there and running the Fed fraud game. They said, and I dealt with people setting up companies that done went to jail out there, like around 2008, setting up phony escrow and title companies, escrow fraud, title fraud, to deceive lenders into believing it was funding legitimate real estate transactions, according to the district attorney. The LA district attorney got a lot of their ass. But see, they back up at the same thing because they got deals with it. So the group stole identities of 9 people to facilitate the fictitious real estate sales and created fraudulent websites, emails, phone network, along with fake employment documentation and bank account statement from non-existent financial institution for the supposed buyer, even charging people 30%, especially or more, and stealing home equities in the 80s and the 90s in California. So he told me even with his group dealing with it, they were doing shit like that back then, along with the drug game and dealing with the police. And it's in dealing with victims, elderly, minority, low income that are cash poor but have tremendous equity through decades of hard-earned mortgage payments. This what he telling me about them killing the straw man. And then when I looked at JFK, y'all can type it in on YouTube. It's called the Zapruder frame 313, which is dealing with 33. That's the frame when I told you that the Secret Service backed away and let them kill him. It was inside. Like NIPSEY, we know this was inside. Go back and watch that. The corporations, when you deal with a corporation, you're basically dealing with dead space. That's a non-living that only operates through means, through legal means, through birth, handing over your state, handing over your birth certificate, and the state owning you as property. He mentioned the birth certificate, the slavery, the war, the genocide. Social services can take your child as register them as a ward of the state. That's why when they come in, they take your children and you can do about it. They tell you you got to give them shots, what you can, what you can't feed them, because through the birth certificate, when they take them, it becomes like on stock. Because that's what NIPSEY said too. He on dealing with stuff on Wall Street. The bank fraud is also tied to the ticker tape on Wall Street. That's how it's regulated. Not only that, but by the moon. You know they have psychics walking the floor on Wall Street, telling investors what stock to pick, what companies going to win, going to shoot up, and what to buy. You can see that on YouTube. It was a white lady they showed. It was a white psychic walking around the floor on Wall Street. They witches up there. And they go by the moon phases. So he say banks and federal loans and fraud is regulated by Wall Street. He said in the birth certificate, that's the straw man. You dealing with the entity. That is not a real person. Just like you really don't even own your car. Once you buy your car and you don't pay for it in full, you still don't own it. You don't own your house. Fuck up and miss the car taxes. Miss your house taxes. They'll take it. They'll seize it from you. Because even though you pay for it free and clear, they still going to tax you every year, which shows it's really not yours. As long as you are a strong man, you're not sovereign. See, that's what NIPSEY was telling me about this. He know about all this shit. I was totally shocked. I had to go read and check what he was saying about. He said now they're killing the straw man. Then he say, when they're murdering the straw man, he said Wall Street mortgage. He said it ain't nothing but a mort/gauge, like a dead person, like you pay on that till you die.
your birth certificate, date, time, the dates, the time of the day they choose to invest. When they invest on Wall Street, date, time of the day, and they know when to take out a loan on somebody and when to play on the motherfucker. Those things deal with dates, times, zodiacs rules in the day and the sun, and he mentioned ticker tape parades. All that tied to Wall Street and the straw man and the birth certificate, which is stock on Wall Street, the private companies deal with. He said you're dealing with snakes and snitches around NIPSEY. You're dealing with Wall Street witches and psychics that demonically discern which stock to purchase and companies to buy and spy on. Black flesh and organs are on the menu to buy, sell, and trade secretly. He said, and on a lower level, pharmaceutical suppliers, hospital, blood-borne pathogens, blood and organ products, babies are on the market as living chattel slaves through stock and bond holding and ownership through birth certificates like a bond note with your name and signature. And it's got a number code. The current, because you don't get your birth certificate, you get a copy of it. They get the real one. Said the currency is more powerful than cash money and runs into the spiritual and the soul life force level into generational bloodlines and destroying birthrights of indigenous people to land, nationality, sovereignty, moving surface lines, creating false narratives of racial identity and divisions between people to justify creating laws to move people off ley lines inside the earth. Because see, the ley lines, they done moved them off out there in California. They got the ley lines off, they got the energy off. That's why you're having all those catastrophes and fires, because they do it on purpose to create them. So inside the ley lines inside of the earth, and create false ley lines and false zones to live in. Colors that create, with red lights and signs that disrupt and destroy and turn upside down your chakras. Create imbalances and fluids in the chakras by beliefs, religion, sex, trauma, rape, torture, politics, laws to justify modern slavery, extending old slavery to technological and scientific slavery and bioengineering of a slave planet. Throwing people off with secret different sets of time zones, then raping the planet, stealing the resources, killing the people, grouping them into categories to steal from and feed off of to supply the hidden snake beings on top. There's spies and groups that keep the crimes going. They keep the lower level crimes going for Wall Street and complete the rituals of redistricting, gentrification, real estate loan, mortgage slavery, which leads, a mortgage leads to death, leads to violence, churches, alcohol, drugs, genocide, and self-murder. He said this ties all in to Wall Street and killing of the straw man. And what else he said here? Because it's really interesting. See, and there's a Muslim, I ain't gonna call his name, but y'all know who I'm talking about, because he was the main one there on the scene. 5 to the body and 1 to the head. He was dealing with some Italians, which reminds me of the Sam Cooke reading I did, because I saw Sam Cooke meeting with Italians that were involved in controlling the music industry, and Sam pissed them off, and they said he talked too much, he was too arrogant and cocky, because he refused to turn over his rights to his record label to them. They the ones had something to do with his hit, Italian Mob, and the record industry, and the police also joined in. Okay, this ties in. I saw this Islam member, Nation of Islam member, having a meeting at an Italian restaurant. Yeah, Sabrina, with some Italians, and there was a white man in there, and he had black hair, black eyes again, with white skin. And he has a multi-level powerful network for organized crime, mafia, and the underground network. I seen this Nation of Islam member talking to somebody like this of Italian descent. Yeah, Shannon. And it's tied into the 2008 Cali real estate mortgage loan fraud. This is in LA. Okay. And we're dealing with, this stuff goes so deep, so some of this I won't, but when I did look at this, I saw theft, embezzlement, and bank fraud, wire fraud, real estate fraud, funeral home directors, insurance fraud, life insurance policy, politician, food stamp fraud,
preachers tied into this real estate fraud, this federal fraud with church loans, because some of them don't own their property. They got tied up in these loans, and they also got all the millions for them faith-based initiatives. But the lower level preachers got caught up in these things, so they would have to go along with this shit, so they wouldn't lose their property and reputation. They was actually recruiting from the goddamn pulpit out there in the congregation, and had politicians out there, and see, they had a whole ring of them. Some of these people get out of jail. Lord have mercy. Forgive me for saying this. They get out of jail, and then they put them suits on and with them bean pie and stuff and get real educated, and they go out. Hey, Mama Doris, take advantage. Yeah, I said that they connect to the police. It's a whole ring. And then they go out and knock on these people's door and ask them about their property and can they help them. I hate to say it, but these are religious people that's involved in this. Hi, beautiful Monica. And play on people. And also slang dope. In them same neighborhood, they know they get the code from politicians and police. Which zone we're going to redistrict, and you can go in there, sell them shit, put dope in there, trick them out their house, fuck them over, because we finna tear that down anyway and re-gentrify and put white folk back in there. Every certain year, 20, 25 years, they do that, or they keep them like that until they get ready to bulldoze it down. These are people that are suited and booted that came out of prison and that are con artists, and some of these are so-called reform NOI. And they also gang members. They tied into, you just won't know it. All the institutions and organizations I just mentioned, and these are religious and federal organizations. Not all preachers, but some of them, he's telling me that they are involved in these things. Now, here's when NIPSEY, this old lady I told you, get up out her grave, and I'm probably going to have to come back, and she tells NIPSEY this story. It broke my heart, and I said, this shit is so unreal. Am I really hearing NIPSEY say this bullshit? Because I can't even believe what the fuck the lady got up out of her grave. She sat up out of her goddamn grave. And she started talking to NIPSEY. And let me read some of what she's saying. And also when we're dealing with the Moorish law and we're dealing with the strawman, we're dealing like with the naval, which was maritime law, but we're also dealing with the mothership, which is what is the vessel for the way you move through this. This is so deep, and we're just as a study. I need somebody to deal with Moorish law to come on through with this and teach me, because it's so much I don't know. I wish a Moor could sit down and teach me, because it's so much. He says some people in their graves they were killed in old folks' homes and had the Medicaid, the SSI, the insurance money, and all their assets taken from them in these insurance fraud schemes by groups of people that owned and ran old folks' homes, pill clinics, prostitution, gambling, and licensing. People were brought in from Mexico to perform hits, get small amount of money, then sent back for anybody could find out the shit. See, an old lady in the graveyard, goddamn. An old lady in the graveyard, that's when she had a document that is a legal degree to declare her mental incompetency by the court in LA by persons who had power of attorney over all her affairs. This lady is in her 80s when she died, and she's a black woman with low-cut hair, dark-skinned, heavy-set. This dark-skinned lady was in the gang, and security came through her neighborhood with large, nice houses with high ceilings, old houses built in the 70s, but the houses were not all taken care of by the older people because of advanced aging, disease, family, children moving away, and the fear increased as property values went down because of increased crime, robbery, drug sales, prostitution, drug use, black men getting out of jail, start robbing crews, and recruiting the youth and being in the gangs and being violent. See, what I'm telling you is that group that I'm mentioning that are all tied in with the police and politicians and gangs were all a part of the fraud. All a part that'll be investigated now with the secret federal investigation to take people's real estates and the loans. They all work together in certain zones that were given permission to go and ravage the fucking neighborhood. Y'all, I'm going to have to come back tomorrow because my phone is going dead, as you see. And I'm going to finish this. So the earlier I get off of here, I can get some rest.
Give me something to eat, and then I can come back because I know y'all need to know, and I want to go ahead and get it off my chest because it's important. I'm glad y'all don't think I'm crazy for what I'm saying. So I love y'all. Thank y'all for supporting me. Please send my donations for my presents. Send my donations to keep doing what I'm doing. I'm doing this for y'all. I'm glad y'all love it and created an audience that wants to hear what NIPSEY says to me. I am honored to do it, and I'm honored that y'all love me, y'all support me, and y'all are here for me because y'all all I got. So thank y'all. I love y'all for watching this part 1 of AKT Celebrity Reads. I'll be back tomorrow. Good night, y'all.